Whew, what a forward sitting position. Alright, so here we are in the Yamaha T7. Holy crap.
Two hours later.
Jeez, like. You know what? I don't think it's picking us up.
Yeah, because it skipped us now.
Yeah. Do you want to go? Jeez, like, what a comfortable seating position though. My gosh. And the mirrors are actually quite nice. A lot of engine braking. Yeah, it's a tall bike.
Put the indicator.
Do you want to go left on the highway or stay on these roads?
How far is the highway?
It's right here. And then you can loop around.
A little bit of highway.
Okay. And third gear is so smooth. Even in the low RPMs. Very comfortable though. Even though the seat's fairly big. Yeah, a lot of oomph there. But I can see how this can be a really, really fun, like off-road bike. And a bit of an adventure bike too. I mean, what am I? I'm in 5th now. Let's go in 6th. Yeah, that's fairly comfortable, you know, 6,000 RPM, 125. Feels a lot slower. What are you doing? Eco mode. I wonder if there's varying levels that you can go on. But yeah, very comfortable, and standing is very nice. It's like really up there, and certainly not difficult to kind of stand up and do it. I did read a post the other day where they said the suspension linkage bolts, for some reason they weren't being I'll stay on the highway a little bit. They aren't being lubed by the factory or something, and a lot of them are ended up being corroded for some reason. Which, you know, no doubt Yamaha will get wind of and sort it out immediately. Must have just been a slight oversight on their part. But yeah, man, comfortability wise, I have to admit, you know, I was thinking like the Super Duke's position also being a naked, more of an upright, it's obviously a hell of a lot more aggressive. Because with this, it almost feels like a cruiser. It almost feels like a cruiser how forward you're sitting. Like my feet are probably in line with my knees being folded at the moment, which is really quite something. And then with the Super Duke, you're obviously a hell of a lot more back. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. I'm used to the Super Duke like just jolting you forward there with power, but that's definitely not the case. But super duper, super smooth, hey? Wow. Look, if you're the type of person that has a shit ton of money and you know, you're a purist in motorcycling, and by that I mean, you know, on-road, off-road, dual sports, adventure, all that type of stuff, and you can afford to have different bikes for different playgrounds, then wow, you know, this is really, really comfortable. The wind with this huge shield is very nice. I can't believe it. Oh, sorry, but I'll get out of your way. Ah, shit, we were supposed to take that turn off. But, yeah, super duper comfortable. I can't believe it. Not sure what it's like, obviously, off-road. But really, really nice. The mirrors are really nice. They're not big and bulky and stupid. You can see through them so nicely. Obviously, I'm sure this is fuel injected. So maybe if you get like an Akropovich slip on. Obviously, you don't want lousy cradeness, so maybe, you know, keep the baffle in type thing. And yeah, get the Akropovich exhaust. Maybe get a map or a tune on it. Then I'd say it'd be quite fun. She's got a little bit of pull to it. The gear lever and gear selection is quite nice. And it's very nice. It's very smooth. Very, very smooth. The wind, the what's the name? Yeah, yeah. And the gear selection is also, it's nice and smooth. It's not clunky or hard. Very, very nice. Huh? Yeah. It does have ABS, which is always nice. Obviously not nice off-road. You can switch it off. You can switch it off, and yeah, it doesn't have traction control and all those other things, but it does have ABS. Obviously, if you on a cold, wet day and you need a ride to work, because I mean this bike really can be perfect for you know, all types of things, whether you be commuting on it or if you're use it as a weekend toy, you know, ride from your house to a nice little dirt spot or off-road spot, or even ride from your house to bloody Cape Town, you know what I mean? Can definitely do it. And the control is nice. It feels a little weird. It's certainly not like a naked or a sport bike. You know, it wants to tip in, but it doesn't want to do too much more than that. But yeah, very, very nice. Dash, you know, I was just saying to the guys now, Yamaha are a little bit slow when it comes to these type of things. They certainly could have done like a nice TFT display, you know. Obviously that's where the Europeans like your BMW, like your KTM, they do a hell of a lot more, of course. I mean, even their small bikes, if I'm looking at KTM for instance, like the 390, the 200, and maybe even the 125, I'm not 100% sure on that. They all have a really nice TFT display, color TFT display. And as I said, Yamaha really do kind of lag behind the rest of the group. Obviously I understand possibly to a degree where they're coming from with regards to keeping costs down, so they're not super expensive. If I'm not mistaken, I think this goes for about I think it's about 170, 180, somewhere around there, give or take. So you're still paying a bit of a premium for a motorcycle. I mean, what is the KTM 790? It's probably 200 or so. So you're still paying a bit of a premium for a motorcycle. And you know, just like the little things, like a colored TFT display would be nice. But looks wise, man, you have to give it to them. They've done a fantastic job. Just like KTM with the 790, they really have done a great job. a very Dakar-y look to it, and it looks really good. It really does look very good. There's no two ways about it. But yeah, stable, smooth, comfortable. Overall, a really cool fucking bike, man. I mean, if I had the extra cash lying around, I'd certainly buy this. Creeping in the road. Very nice. Brake feels good. The shifting is really nice and comfortable. And yeah, so keep in mind it has the MTS7 motor in it, and also definitely keep in mind it is a very tall bike. Seat's alright, seat's a little bit on the narrow side, so you can kind of feel it in your coccyx. But still, overall, very, very, very nice. But yeah, very tall bike. Holy crap, I'm tippy-toeing. You can flat-foot it. I said you can flat-foot it.
I can what?
Flat-foot it.
Flat-foot what?
While sitting, with your feet flat.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, very sexy bike. Yeah. Oh. Wants me to go ahead. I think for the most part they've designed it for what it's meant for, and by that I mean it's comfortable and it's basic, if that makes sense. Because you know you could probably ride around the world in this thing, and I guess the design shows that. You know, obviously it's fuel injected, of course. I'm not sure how good the fuel injection is, but for the most part it's basic. Simple dashboard, simple gearing system. For the most part you could probably do a hell of a lot of work on it yourself. Does want to flick in quite nicely. Maybe a little bit of a get up. Yeah, not bad. So yeah, big shout out to Yamaha Linex. So big shout out to Yamaha Linex in Lynnwood. Got some fantastic salesmen, and even more fantastic fucking mechanic. And yeah. Oh, nice turning circle.